Friday Night Frenzy. He is Ross Bullen. I'm Mike Cleft. We start tonight's show with a crosstown boys-girls basketball doubleheader rivalry between McCutcheon and Harrison.
My Raiders. On the boys' side, the Mavericks and the Raiders met up tonight for the second time in 2 weeks. McCutcheon defeated Harrison 50-44 in the J&C Hoops Classic, thanks to a combined 29 points from Trayshawn Hurd and Trevor Lockwood. But tonight, the Mavs would have to win on the Raiders' home floor. First quarter, Harrison came out firing. Mark Hudson gets the shooter's roll on the three. Give him all three of those. Raiders get on the board first, but the Mavs stole the show from there. Michael Southern splits the defenders and finds Nathan Acree for the easy bucket. Acree finished with 16 points. Then Acree takes his game outside. He splashes home the three ball. Nicely done, Nathan. Raiders need a timeout. McCutcheon then out on the break. Southern rewards the big fella, Trevor Lockwood, for running the floor. Lockwood finished with 19 points. Harrison trying to rally. Talon Sundergraft catches the ball down low. He gets the hook shot to fall, +1. And then Cole Smith flexing his muscles. He is able to get this one to go. Plus he gets fouled. He finished with 20 points. McCutcheon took a 34-15 lead into halftime. Harrison tried to make a game of it, but the Mavs were too strong in this one as they pick up the 54-40 win. Mike.
All right, as for the girls' game between the Raiders and the Lady Mavericks, let's pick this one up in the second quarter. McCutcheon in the dark jerseys, Gabrielle Gary able to muscle in for two, but Harrison, a big first half, they were up by 14. Third quarter, Mavericks' Kirsten Lowry drives the hoop, lays it in. Then Lowry showing off the great defense, and this is a Martin's Moments nominee as Lowry hustles to get the steal by sliding to get it, then gets it to Becca Spitalniak, and she lays it in. Great effort there by Lowry, but the Raiders come back. This is a much improved team under head coach Jake Reddick. Autumn Ringen, big game, catches it down low, gets the jumper to fall. She had 22 points, one of three Raiders in double figures. Courtney Jacobson the steal and the lay-in. Jacobson 19 points. And then it is Claire Muller going to work on the offensive end, gets the two to fall. Nice shot. Muller had 16 points, and the Raiders are rolling in the second half. Alex Spitznagel with the lay-in. McCutcheon got within three late, but the Raiders strong hold on the win. They win a big one tonight, defeating the Lady Mavericks 65-57. More on this game later. Ross?
Staying in the HCC on the boys' side, Lafayette Jeff hosting Noblesville at the Crawley Center. Noblesville got off to a great start, leading 4-0. Make that 6-0 as Tyler Scott gets the hoop and the foul. The Broncos would get back on the board moments later as Lucas Wallace rocks his defender to sleep, gets to the rim, and Tyler Buchanan is there for the putback. The Millers began this game on a 13-2 run. Scott kisses another one off the glass. He finished with 8 points and 4 boards. And then Coach Radiker inserted Devin Haney, and he sparked the Broncos. Give him all three of those right there. He butters the biscuit as Mike puts up the touchdown. Next Broncos possession, Haney shows off his mid-range game. Jeff trailed 15-9 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, Quarren Hood made his contributions for the night. Miller's playing the 2-3 zone. Hood says, "I'll take that, you take this." And then moments later, it's Hood again from just about the same spot. Lafayette Jeff trailed 25-19 at the half. The second half was all Noblesville. The Millers win this one 48-33. Mike.
West Lafayette hosting Benton Central tonight. Red Devils getting out of the gates quickly. It's Caleb Shin. This guy's a real glue player for Dave Wood's squad. Watch the nice bounce step there and the jumper. Good. And then moments later, it is Red Devils guard Nye Carlisle. He finished with 13 points, two of them here, the drive and the floater, and Westside is up 5. And then, I love this. Look at all the players go to the floor trying to get the loose ball. Great hustle by both the Bison and the Red Devils. Ball eventually scooped up by Westside, ends up with a lay-in by Caleb Shin, and they are rolling. And then West Lafayette, it's Brian Bangs banking home the jumper. Dave Wood is great. Look at the emotion the coach shows. He says, "I like my team very much." Why not? West Lafayette leading by double digits. Benton Central trying to come back. Brandon Rose, we know him from the football season. Good quarterback. He's also a solid basketball player. Nice drive and jumper there. But the Red Devils answered as William Bongo down low gets the basket and the foul. West Lafayette was up by 32 at the half. Red Devils go on to defeat the Bison by a final of 65-31. When we return, we will make stops at South Newton, Carroll, Seeger, and North Montgomery.
Absolutely. We're the Chargers taking on Crawfordsville in a boys-girls doubleheader. The Friday Night Frenzy will be right back.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Frenzy. We begin quarter number 2 with karma.
Jinx.
Boys-girls doubleheader at North Montgomery. Ross.
The Chargers and the Athenians split the doubleheader a season ago. The last sweep in the doubleheader was in
2006.
only because you're reading the prompter.
You're right.
Winner North Montgomery.
I cheated.
We start with the boys game. North Montgomery looking for their first win of the season. First quarter, Norse, Clay, the Diesel, Cummings with the baby hook. Nicely done right there. Athenians come right back. Chandler Purcell drops this in. Seville up early. Chargers, Nathan Rogers drives, stops, and banks it in. The bowling bank right there, that's what I call it. Then it's a 6'6" Grant Taylor from the arc. Chargers cut into the lead. Check out this drive from Seville's Jordan Jackson. He sneaks it in, nicely done. J squared. Seville then goes outside. Purcell from long range. Give him all three of those. He butters the biscuit. Chargers too tough at home. Connor Norman nails a three, and the crowd goes crazy. Chargers win a close one down the stretch. 39-36 is the final.
As for the girls' game between the Lady Athenians and the Chargers, the Athenian fans, as you're looking at the end of the boys' highlights there, the girls' game preceded the boys' game. Let's show you what happened between Crawfordsville and North Montgomery.
There's ladies' night.
There you go, and they are revved up and ready to cheer on their respective favorite teams on sweater night. Second half, Crawfordsville's Spencer Funk with the short jumper, and then check out the assist by Kelsey Bird. That shot right there, nicely done.
Her last name's familiar.
I think so. That is DJ Bird's younger sister. That is a jumper by Crawfordsville's right there, and they're trying to come back in this game, but North Montgomery rolling right along. Nicely done there as the ball sits there. It's Caitlin Stump with the bucket, and then it is Stump again, stumping the defense with the layup. I guess a lay-in is a bank, so it's a bowl and bank.
Yep,
Chargers pull it away. It's Kelsey Bird drawing the basket and the foul. North Montgomery goes on to win this game by a final score of 42-27. Ross.
South Newton hosting Rensselaer. The Bombers would get out to a fast start on this one. Levi Hall for South Newton makes the free throw to give the Rebels a 2-point lead, and right after Ryan Lattimore takes the pass, he's going to drive baseline, and he gets the nice floater to go right there. We're tied at 2, and that's when the Bombers took over. Check out this sequence. Dane Brooks gets the block. South Newton tries again, and Brooks swats it again, and outlets to Braden Maddox, who bangs home the wide-open triple. It was 9-2 at that point. They led 15-2 after one quarter. The Rebels points came on those free throws. Bombers and Rebels back and forth down the stretch, and we don't have the score of this one at the moment. We would love to pass it along if you've got it.
Rensselaer was ahead when we left the game. We'll keep you posted. The girls' game between the Bombers and Lady Rebels. Let's pick it up in the first quarter. A nice little fan there. Emily Poland getting the pass, drives and stops and pops for the first 2 points of the game. Next play, it's Amy Maddox for the Bombers, kicking it to Rachel Dobson. She cans the three, and so the Bombers have an early lead. Then later, Amelia Zisi with the jumper. So the Bombers are stretching their lead out. She wasn't done. Bombers on the break. Dobson up to Zizi, and she gets the running hook to go. Second quarter, Zisi. She had a busy first half, takes the inbounds, gets the hoop. Bombers are rolling in a big way, and they win this by a convincing margin. Rensselaer goes on to win the girls' game by a final score of 60-15. Ross?
We're off to Flora, where Rossville and Carroll squared off on the Cougars' home floor. First quarter action, Austin Miller drives to the hole and shows he can finish on that contested lay-in. Austin Miller shooting the highlights. Austin Miller making the basket. Next possession for Carroll. It's the big fella, Ryan Spessard, who posts up down low and hits the baby hook. Then, following a Rossville miss, it's Brandon Dillon hop-stepping into position and finishing with the contested jumper. But Rossville would keep this game close as Brandon Tonsoni bangs in a three ball. Back and forth it would go as the Bolins, the Hornets, win a close one. 46-45 is the final. Mike.
All right, Faith Christian traveling to Williamsport Elementary School tonight to take on Seeger. And that is a bucket right there. Cam Burning pushing his way through the lane, makes the basket. Faith Christian trying to rally. It's Connor Sandry getting the rebound and putting it up for the score. And then it's Sandry trying to put it up again, jumps up in the paint, makes the basket. But Seeger had been dominating this game. But unfortunately, they hit a slump in the fourth quarter, and they get their points from the charity stripe. More on that in a moment. Christian Anderson gets rejected by Seeger's Caleb Orahood. The Patriots hit their free throws down the stretch. and they win this game over Faith Christian by a final of 59-34. All right, let's go to Attica. The Red Ramblers hosting Caleb Martin's Fountain Central Mustangs tonight. Let's take you to the action. Attica getting revved up. It's Brady Sheridan getting the ball at the top of the key. He drains the long three. Then just moments later, it's Carson Davis. The quick feed pass. Nice cut there. Drives the lane, makes the basket. And we are still in the first half. Fenton Central's Luke Davenport getting the pass here, and he makes the jumper. Mustangs still, though, in a dogfight. Ethan Woodrow has the ball, dribbles there, makes the nice jumper. It would be the Mustangs prevailing in this game. They win it over Attica by a final score of 63-57. Well, after the break, we'll pass along boys basketball scores from across the WLFI viewing area.
Plus, Harrison girls basketball coach Jake Reddick will join us to talk about his Raiders. The Friday Night Frenzy will be right back.